Hello guys. See, I did all those video pieces talking to you with a language that you understand, right? Otherwise you would have left by now. And which is really interesting is that it's not my mother language, and maybe you already figured that out by now, maybe not. Here's what my mother language sounds like. J'ai passé beaucoup de temps à faire ces vidéos, à savoir ce que j'allais faire, et finalement, le simple fait de suivre mon intuition, de parler de ce qui me concerne personnellement, eh bien, ça me fait gagner beaucoup de temps. See guys, this is not really the same, and to me, the switching always triggers something in my brain, but I not always am able to see the switch. To you, it's like, oh, what happened, right? Have you ever noticed that someone that talk in English and then switch to Russian or switch to Italian or switch to Dutch? And it's really, I mean, last time I was listening to someone that had the real accent, the real Asian accent, and I was not even paying attention to that, but then I I see that person answering his phone, and I just realized she's Japanese, right? And Moshi Moshi, that, that blew my mind, really, because I was not even paying attention to that. I was paying attention to what that person was saying, and then switched to Japanese. Thing is, how can we speak with a language that we initially didn't understand to people whose language is different, whose mother language is different than us, than ours? I think it's because we started learning a new language, or we starting trying to understand other people. For instance, I never ever took a Spanish class in my life. This is true. As when I was in school, I was learning English, obviously, you figured that out by now, and Dutch. Not Dutch. German, sorry, German, because Dutch is the German for German. And this is really interesting because a few days ago I was talking to that Spanish person, and he was asking where he was new in the town, and he didn't know the road, and he needed to meet someone. So he picked up his phone, called the person he's supposed to meet, and switches to Arabic. And the second I hear Assalamu alaikum, I just knew what he was talking about. I just knew that his friend was in the other part of town, that he couldn't come here because he didn't know the route. And I don't know every word of Arabic, but just the sentences, the pace, sorry, just the melody of word, the rhythm of word, the chain of words that he used, I couldn't understand him because I tried to understand him as well. It is really interesting because every language has its own pace, its own kind of melody, kind of flow. You know, people say always that Russian and Germans are like, strong strong kind of well, of saying words, and that Italians, Spanish, more Portuguese even, are more like more fluid thing, more like water. So the interesting thing is that because he switched language, I could understand. And before I could maybe understand a bit, but I couldn't even say you have to stand in the other side in Spanish. I couldn't even say that. So what I want to do now is to learn how to say that, of course, and but also to get my interest to learn other language. I started learning a few words of Italian as well, and I knew a bit of Japanese because I watch a lot of animes. I would like to also learn a bit more of my African roots languages because this is another culture that I'm not familiar with. And the more you mingle all those cultures, the more you see patterns, right? They repeat, they really repeat. And you see them in a language, you see them in another one, and in a month or two, you'll realize that those people are saying something that looks the same. So maybe I can try to understand what it is. Alright, guys, which language would you like to learn? And if so, what do you need to start learning it? Is it a teacher? Is it a friend? Is it a video on YouTube? Just pick one and go, go with it because it will help you with your life more than you can imagine. Who knows? Maybe in a while, maybe in a year or two, you will be fluent in that language, just like I'm talking to you right now. Still make some mistakes though, but I think I'm going pretty good to make a vlog all in English. Merci à tous. See you. Bye.